Okay guys, we are going to be adding the pumpkins today to the beautiful backgrounds that you created in class, the Vincent van Gogh skies, that we used all of those dashes of color and the multiple colors overlapping. So today we're going to add some pumpkins to turn this into a fall landscape. So the first thing you're going to need, if you don't have it already, are 3 different colors of orange paper. And there's all different ones. There's like a dark yellow, there's almost one that looks red, that's like a red-orange. Grab any 3 you'd like. Pause the video if you need to get that paper now. The other thing you'll need are 2 different tracers. There are some fat pumpkins and some tall pumpkins. If you want to do all the pumpkins the same, that's totally fine, but I recommend doing a couple different sizes. Hopefully you already have your tracers. If not, go ahead and pause the video. Then you're going to need a pencil, and you're going to go ahead and trace those shapes onto your different color papers. So just go ahead and trace those, please. And then we're not going to do any cutting until we add the lines that we need on here. Okay, so get those traced. Pause as you're tracing. You need 3 pumpkins traced. And now we're going to start adding the details to these pumpkins before we cut them out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a white oil pastel, and this is going to act as our highlight. And it can go on either side of your pumpkin. It can go on the right or left, but if you choose the right for one pumpkin, please choose the right for the other 2 pumpkins as well. If you want to do 4 pumpkins, that's fine, but you all need to have 3. If you notice, the highlight curves. Whenever you see a highlight or the light reflecting on something curved, the highlight will curve as well. Once you have that, you will need a brown or a black. If you're going to use brown, use the dark brown. I'm going to use black so you can see it. And we're going to start, and you don't need to press hard, but I'm going to start with the center line on my pumpkin. That can be straight. And then all the other lines are going to curve. And this right side curves to the right, just like the shape of my pumpkin. On the left-hand side, the curves will curve to the left. Notice how I kind of try to stay off of the highlight, or I try to go around it. I'm going to do it one more time. You start with that straight line down the center, and on the left-hand side, you will do a left curve that curves toward the outside edge, and on the right side, you will do that right curve. Okay? That's all you need to do, and then you're going to go ahead and cut out your pumpkins. So go ahead and cut those. I have my cut ones. I didn't do my lines on them yet. Cut those out, and if I'm going too fast, go ahead and pause. Okay. All right, so now I'm ready to glue these on. Just a quick reminder about these glue bottles. You don't need to twist, you don't need to open. These glue bottles work very simply by pressing the tip down. Sometimes it comes out by just pressing the tip. Sometimes you have to give it a gentle squeeze. But if it's not working, it's because you're not pressing it, or I suppose it could be clogged, but you're pressing it and squeezing it. There is no need to open these glue bottles. Some of my 4th graders didn't remember that just yesterday. All right. When you're ready to glue them on, I do recommend showing some overlapping. So if you chose different colors of pumpkins, this is easy to do, and it's kind of a nice artistic thing that you can do when you show overlapping here. So you can overlap all 3. If you have 4, you can overlap all of them. I'm going to spread mine out, maybe even put one at a tilt. So hopefully you don't have a ton of glue popping out there. If you do, just wipe it with your finger and then rub your hands together. Once those pumpkins are on there, you can go ahead and add your stem right there. can do it right on the black paper. You can overlap your pumpkin, your orange of your pumpkin paper also if you want it to look a little more realistic. I'm just starting with green, and now I'm going to add a couple colors. So try to do at least 2 colors in your stem. I'm going to do green and brown. You can use dark brown and light brown. You can use like the yellowish, goldish color. And then again, I'm going to put a highlight there with my white oil pastel. And if I want to blend it more, I can take my green and go back over that. But that's all you need for those pumpkins. And last but not least, again, pause this video if you need to, but last but not least, you're going to take a black oil pastel and just really lightly, right next to my pumpkin, because shadows don't float, right next to my pumpkin, right along the bottom of my pumpkin, I'm going to just give a little black shadow. And that is my last step. I bet some of you will have some glue still popping out, so please make sure you put these on the drying rack just in case. Even if you don't see glue popping out, put them on the drying rack so that they're not sticking to another person's paper. And that's it. Hope you were able to follow along with this really easily, and please make sure you put everything back where you found it. Make sure you pick up your area, and then you can go ahead and do the next assignment that the substitute should have. Okay, have a great day, everybody.